Hi all, welcome to my channel. In today's topic we'll discuss about social distancing. So let's get into the topic. In public health, social distancing, also called physical distancing, is a set of non-pharmaceutical interventions or measures intended to prevent the spread of contagious disease by maintaining a physical distance between people and reducing the number of times people come into close contact with each other. It typically involves keeping a certain distance from others. The distance specified may differ from time to time and country to country, and avoiding gathering together in large groups. The Center for Disease and Control Prevention (CDC) have described social distancing as a set of methods for reducing frequency and closeness of contact between people in order to decrease the risk of transmission of disease. During the 2009 flu pandemic, the WHO described social distancing as keeping at least an arm's length distance from others and minimizing gatherings. During the COVID 19 pandemic, the CDC revised the definition of social distancing as the remaining out of congregate settings, avoiding mass gatherings, and maintaining distance approximately 6 feet or 2 meters from others when possible. Recent studies have suggested that droplets from sneeze or forceful breathing during exercise can travel over 6 meters. Some have suggested that required distance is based on research from 1930s and 1940s. Now, what are the measures for social distancing? First one is avoiding physical contact, social closures, workplace closures, cancelling mass gatherings, travel restrictions, and also shielding and quarantine. Knowing that disease is circulating may trigger a change in behavior by people choosing to stay away from public places and other people. When implemented to control epidemics, such social distancing can result in benefits but with an economic cost. Research indicates that measures must be applied rigorously and immediately in order to be effective. Several social distancing measures are used to control the spread of contagious illness. Avoiding physical contact. Keeping at least 2 meter distance from each other and avoiding hugs and gestures that involve direct physical contact reduce the risk of becoming infected during flu pandemic and the coronavirus pandemic of 2020. These distances of separation in addition to personal hygiene measures are also recommended at place of work. Where possible it may be recommended to work from home also. Various alternatives have been proposed for the tradition of handshaking, the gesture of namaste, other alternatives including popular thumbs up gesture, the wave, and placing a palm on a heart, as practiced in parts of Iran, can also be used. School closures. Mathematical modeling has shown that transmission of outbreak may be delayed by closing schools. However, effectiveness depends on the contacts children maintain outside of school. Often, one parent has to take time off work and prolonged closures may be required. These factors could result in social and economic disruptions also. Workplace closures. Studies suggest that if 10% of affected workplaces are closed, the overall infection transmission rate is around 11.9% and the epidemic peak time is slightly delayed. In contrast, if 33% of affected workplaces are closed, the attack rate decreases by 4.9% and the peak time is delayed by 1 week. Workplace closures include closure of non-essential business and social services. Like non-essential means those facilities that do not maintain primary functions in the community, as opposed to essential services. Cancelling mass gatherings. Cancellation of mass gatherings includes sports events, films, or also musical shows. Evidence suggests that mass gatherings increases the potential for infections, diseases transmission is inconclusive. Evidence also suggests certain types of mass gatherings may be associated with the increased risk of influenza transmission and may also seed new strains into an area, instigating community transmission in a pandemic. During the 1918 influenza pandemic, military parades in Philadelphia and Boston may have been responsible for spreading the disease by mixing with infected sailors with crowds of civilians. Restricting mass gatherings in combination with other social distancing interventions may help reduce transmission. Next, travel restrictions. Border restrictions or internal travel restrictions are unlikely to delay an epidemic by more than 2 or 3 weeks unless implemented with over 99% coverage. Airport screening was found to be ineffective in preventing viral transmission during the 2003 SARS outbreak in Canada and the US. Strict border controls between Austria and Ottoman Empire imposed from the 1770 until 1871 to prevent persons infected with the bubonic plague from entering Austria were repeatedly effective, as there was no major outbreaks of plague in Austrian territory after they were established. Whereas the Ottoman Empire continued to suffer frequent epidemics of plague until the mid 19th century. Shielding and quarantine. Shielding measures for individuals include limiting face to face contacts, conducting business by phones or online, avoiding public places, and reducing unnecessary travel. Quarantine. During 2003 SARS outbreak in Singapore, approximately 8,000 people were subjected to mandatory home quarantine. An additional 4,300 were required to self-monitor for symptoms and make daily telephone contact with health authorities as a means of controlling the epidemic. Although only 50 of these individuals were eventually diagnosed with SARS, public health officials were satisfied that this measure assisted in preventing further spread of the infection. Now let's look at the history of the social distancing. During the 1918 influenza pandemic, Philadelphia saw its first case of influenza on 17 September. The city continued its planned parade and gathering of more than 20 lakh people on 28 September. And over the subsequent 3 days, the city's 31 hospitals became fully occupied. During the week ending 16th October, over 4,500 people died. Social distancing measures were introduced on 3rd October on the orders of St. Louis physician Max C. Starkov. More than 2 weeks after the first case, unlike Philadelphia, St. Louis experienced its first case on influenza on 5th October, and the city took 2 days to implement several social distancing measures, including closing schools, theaters, and other places where people get together. It banned public gatherings, including funerals. The actions slowed the spread of influenza in St. Louis, and a spike in cases and deaths, as happened in Philadelphia, did not occur. The final death rate in St. Louis increased following a second wave of cases, but remained overall less than in other cities. In SARS 2003 outbreak, social distancing measures such as banning large gatherings, closing schools and theaters and public places supplemented public health measures such as finding and isolating affected people, quarantining their close contacts, and infection control procedures. This was combined with wearing masks for certain people. During this time in Canada, community quarantine was used to reduce transmission of the disease with moderate success. During the COVID-19 pandemic, social distancing and related measures are emphasized by several governments as alternative to enforced quarantine of heavily affected areas. According to UNESCO monitoring, more than 100 countries have implemented nationwide school closures in response to COVID-19, impacting over half the world's students' population. In the United Kingdom, the government advised the public to avoid public places and cinemas and theaters voluntarily closed to encourage the government's message. There are concerns that social distancing can have adverse effects on participants' mental health. It may lead to stress, anxiety, depression, or panic, especially for individuals with pre-existing conditions such as anxiety disorders, obsessive compulsive disorders, and paranoia. Widespread media coverage about a pandemic, its impact on economy, and resulting hardships may create anxiety. Change in daily circumstances and uncertainty about the future may add on to the mental stress for being away from other people. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you tomorrow with another video. If you like this video, kindly like and comment. Please subscribe for future videos also. Once again, thank you and bye.